something that I could do where it could alert me when something was just 10 centimeters away? I have an idea. To the lab!
Hello, ENME 351. My name is Michelle Dang, and this is my Lab 9. Say hello to my friend Mariah. Mariah is my friend who watches my surroundings and alerts me when she detects anything less than 10 centimeters away. Let me show you a little demo on what Mariah does. My circuit for Mariah is pretty simple, consisting of a servo motor connected to pin 6, and an ultrasonic motion sensor connected to pins 4 and 5, and a buzzer connected to pins 3. Pins 5 and 6 allow me to utilize pulse width modulation to pulsate signals to both my motor and my sensor, which then gets translated into a detecting radar on processing, which stops and alerts me when it's detecting something around its surroundings. More specifically, for my ultrasonic sensor, my trigger pin is an output controlled by the pulse width modulation signals, and my echo pin is an input for the duration it takes to get from the sensor to the object in question, back to the sensor. Let me go more into depth when I show you my Arduino code. I start with a for loop that allows the servo motor to move from 0 to 180 degrees with these pulse width modulation values that are converted to 0 to 180 and is moving at increments of 25. With the ultrasonic sensor, I utilize pulse width modulation for the trigger to begin at a low output of 2 microseconds before outputting high for 10 microseconds and then returning back to low for the transmitter to emit sound waves, for the echo to calculate the duration that it takes for the sound waves to return back to the sensor. With that, the speed of sound is then used to calculate the distance of the object in question into centimeters. I then call for these values of the angle and the distance to be read on the serial monitor simultaneously. However, I ran into an issue of the ultrasonic sensor stopping Mariah from moving because it detected distances that just did not exist, which is why I downloaded and used a library that takes the averages of 5 readings and inputs them into the value, inputs that average into the serial monitor instead. I then used an if statement to call for a buzzer if the object is less than 10 centimeters away. I also repeated this for loop to move from 2400 to 500 at increments of negative 25 so that it could move from 180 degrees back to 0, and as well as repeating the steps for the ultrasonic sensor and the buzzer and reading back into the serial monitor as well. Upon defining all my universal variables, setting my window size, and starting my serial communication, I refer to Lab 3 to take the 2 variables of my array from my serial monitor and take that first variable into my angle and take the second value into my distance. I also call for 4 functions to help me set this background, which is draw radar, draw line, draw object, and drop text. Draw radar pretty much just sets 4 different arc lines to show the distances that are being read, and and multiple angle lines to show from 0 to 180 different angles that are being read as well. Draw line illustrates the green line according to the angle that the servo motor is moving. It allows to take the angle of the serial monitor and be translated into this green line and move as the servo motor is moving as well. Draw object illustrates the red lines when an object is detected, which is detected at least 40 centimeters away from the ultrasonic sensor. Draw text on the screen, which is just things like out of range, in range, showing the centimeters, as well as the angles across the radar.